What's going on, guys? It's Justin coming at you from Feldman Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning in. So in today's episode, I want to talk about mindset and why you're the only person that's holding you back. So first and foremost, I want to go over potential. And I want you to ask yourself, what is keeping you from reaching your full potential? And there's a whole list of possibilities. Maybe you think that you've already reached it. Maybe you're scared to go after. Maybe you think no matter how hard you work, you'll never actually get to that point. So I want you to really think about this. It's very, very important. You see, I feel like we're in an epidemic right now. And I call this epidemic potential breakdown. So what that means is basically we're getting lazier and lazier, right? We wake up, we jump on our phones, we go into social media, and we scan everyone else's world, specifically, the cookie cutter success stories. One example that always jumps out is the Kardashians. You see like their life, and you see they make it seem like everything just comes effortlessly to them. They make all this money. They don't work very much, which in my opinion, social media portrays it that way. These TV shows portray it that way. But I would bet some serious money that the Kardashians probably work harder than every single middle class individual in the United States. And that's a big claim. Is it true? Is it not? I have no clue. But I think that in order to make that kind of money, you have to be putting in work. And it's not sexy to see that work. It's sexy to see all their drama and all of the bullshit that goes on in the show. But I guarantee behind doors they're doing a lot of work. And that's what I want to talk about, because it's all about mindset and realizing in order to reach your potential, you're going to have to put in the hard work, right? So the thing is, the kicker is getting into awesome shape and looking great and feeling great. It's easy. It's not hard. It's not a challenge. It is a challenge, but it's not hard to get there. If you know what you're doing, as long as you take, A, B, and C, you'll get to D. As long as you take the proper steps, nutrition-wise, fitness-wise, training. It's not hard to transform your body. I mean, millions of people do it. The hard part is sustaining it once you get there, right? So most people, they have this visualization. I call it your frame in their head. And people that are overweight, for example, they visualize themselves as like a fat, out of shape person, right? And they're consistently battling to get into better shape, to look better. But in their head, their main frame, they see themselves as an overweight person that eats a lot and doesn't exercise enough. That's how they see themselves. Now, if you can shift your mindset, and I talk about this a lot in my Alpha Hero program. I have a whole section dedicated to mindsets. It's so important. But if you can shift your mindset to thinking how your future self would be thinking. Like, so, for example, say you're 100 pounds overweight. If you can shift your thinking to you're not overweight anymore. You're lean, you're muscular, you're chiseled, whatever. If you can shift your mindset to that point and know that you're there and you will get there no matter what, then it's just a matter of time until the pieces fall into place. And that's the key, is to get your mindset to a point where you know that you're going to reach your goals no matter what, and it's just a matter of time until you get there, right? And that's what I want to talk about. The main point of this podcast is to get you thinking about your true potential and what you can actually accomplish. Because what makes you, I've talked about this in other videos and stuff, what makes you any different from anyone else, right? You're no better, you're no worse than anybody else in this entire world. Everyone is equal. Obviously, physiologically we're not equal, but in terms of like a rating or whatever, we're all equal people. And the thing that separates an overweight person from like a super fitness model is the fact that they are being consistent and they're working hard. They're consistently putting actionable steps towards their goals, where someone who's overweight isn't doing that, or unless they're on the path to getting into shape. So that's it. That's the difference. They understand what they need to do to get there. And once you can shift your mindset into believing that you're already there and that you will stay there forever, once you get to that point, it's sustainable because you have it in your head that you are going to be there forever. Same thing with business, same thing with everything else. If you know, for example, you're going to have a $1 million company, if you tell yourself that, obviously you have to put the work in, you have to, take the proper steps to get there. But think of like take two people for example. One person, has it in their head that they're going to have $1 million company and they're starting from scratch. The other person is also starting from scratch. They're building a company, but they don't really know how large it's going to get. Which person do you think is more likely to get $1 million? It's the person that has already determined that's what they're going to get because they have a goal to strive for, and they've already convinced themselves that they're going to get there. It's sustainable motivation and it's self-accountability, and it's so important to reach any single goal is mindset. Mindset is it's your brain, it's your being. Mindset is so important, which is why I have an entire section about mindset put into my Alpha Hero program, like I mentioned before. I've gone through countless hours of self-experimentation and education and mentors, and everyone I've talked to, everyone I've seen, the key to everything is mindset, is realizing that these fitness models and these high class business guys or whatever, they're no different from you. All they did was put the actionable steps to get from A to Z into place. They instead of dreaming about it and thinking they're going to get there, they actually took the steps to getting there, right? And that's the key, is realizing that you're going to get there and then taking that mindset that you created and then going out and getting it and getting what you want.